What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, we finally did it. I haven't hit rank 10 since preseason, everyone. In preseason, if I'm being honest, it was super easy because of how weighted medals were, if you guys remember that. But I didn't hit rank 10 in Season 1. I didn't hit rank 10 in Season 2. I got to 2,900 in both of those seasons. But this weekend, I was finally able to push over that and hit rank 10. So I'm definitely very excited, very relieved. As you know, as a content creator, I always want to be doing my best to give you guys great strategies, and I also want to prove that I can implement those strategies at a high level for you guys. So by achieving this for me, it definitely got a big weight off of my shoulders that I've had since GO Battle League came out. I'm just being honest about that, guys. I've had a huge weight. And it feels good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the strategy that I used, the team that I used, and we're going to take a look at the highlighted battles through my stretch. I started off on Friday at 2,700, and I got to rank 10 on Sunday morning on my first set. So it basically took me 11 sets to get 300 rating, which was really awesome. Now, the team that you guys can see over there on the far side was not a team created by me. And what I want you guys to understand is, I said this in an earlier video. I'll play the clip for you guys right now. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys what I think are the best things that you guys can do every day to help improve for Pokemon Go PvP. Now, the first thing that you guys can do is not operate in a bubble. What I mean by that is, if I'm the only YouTube content creator that you guys watch for Pokemon Go PvP, I would highly suggest that you guys go check out other creators. But yeah, don't operate in a bubble, and I had been operating in a bubble, so I decided to take a look around to see how others were doing. So I'm gonna put a link down in the comments for you guys on other creators who also hit rank 10, in case this team isn't one that you guys can run. You guys can go reference them and look to utilize their teams as well, and they're fantastic content creators. So there'll be links down there. You guys can head down there and go check that out. But yeah, we used King's team. So Pogo King, shout out to him, thank you, man. But we put a little twist on it. So he was running Skarmory, same moveset I was, Shadow Machamp, same moveset, and Azumarill on the safe swap. However, he was using Ice Beam, and I decided to use Play Rough for two reasons. First, when you safe swap into an Azumarill, right, you will likely draw out a grass, right? Skarmory is super hard counter, and you draw out a grass. And you will also likely get a shield, and you'll be able to get to that Play Rough before you go down to whatever that grass is. So the goal is to still get the shield. That's the goal of Ice Beam, is to get the shield and then come back in and farm with Skarmory. Now, where Play Rough really worked out for me is not every time they're going to have a grass. They'll have something else, and that is where Play Rough really comes in. I can't tell you how many times I ran Play Rough into a mirror match Azumarill who had Hydro Pump Ice Beam, and I was able to absolutely flip matchups, close endgame, hit hard against things like Shadow Machamp, Sableye, Medicham. The list goes on and on. Play Rough saved me more than Ice Beam would have, but Play Rough still got the shields that was needed that Ice Beam's job would be. So that's the twist that I put on this team, but it is King's team, so shout out to him. He made a video on it, and I'll put a reference down in the comments so you guys can go check that out. But yeah, we climbed a lot of rating with this team, and with 1 day left, basically, which is crazy. So if you guys want to run this team, feel free to, but also understand, you guys want to counter this team, you guys got to bring some great counters. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the battles. Okay, so we're going to jump here into the battles. But basically, I want to give you guys a little reference about the team, right? Skarmory on the lead does fantastic against a lot of Pokemon, great neutral matchups, but it loses hard to things like Galarian Stunfisk or Reggie Steele, for example. Now, we have Azumarill and Shadow Machamp there in the back to cover, and the goal is to, if you lose lead, safe swap into that Azumarill, get shield advantage, come back in with Skarmory, and close endgame with Machamp. If you win lead, absolutely destroy that safe swap with a Machamp if it counters it, or Azumarill if it counters it, and look to maintain switch advantage endgame to keep that positive matchup. And that's basically the premise. It's very simple, simply executed, but it takes a lot of patience and knowing how much damage moves will be doing and what you guys need to shield, which I hope I can show you guys in today's video. Okay, getting into the first battle here. We faced a lot of previous rank 10s as well. So we have Skarmy on the lead versus Dewgong, so not the best matchup for us at all. So what I've learned, I don't do it in this battle, but what I learned is you can actually try to get that Sky Attack before they get off the Icy Wind, because I think you win this CMP tie right there. So that'll definitely help out. Now we're going to let the Icy Wind hit us, and then we're going to swap into our Azumarill. We do have Play Rough, which really helps out in this Dewgong matchup, and they're obviously going to stay in to try to get off an Icy Wind. So this is not going to do a lot. No need to shield right here. Icy Wind does come through, it lowers our attack, and we see them swap into Azumarill. This is why we have Play Rough, everyone. I'm telling you, this has worked for me day in and day out. Getting these Play Roughs off is very, very key. And if they don't have Play Rough, then it's even better. Now, our attack is lowered, so we are going to fall behind in terms of damage, but we are drastically ahead on energy, which may make up for this here. Now, we're not going to be shielding just yet, but they are going to be getting off a charge move, and you got to let them show what they have. If they don't have Play Rough and it's just Hydro Pump, it's really nice, but they do have Play Rough as well, which is okay. So we're going to be able to get to another Play Rough in time, but I'm actually swapping to Skarmory now to take advantage of the switch clock that comes back up because they took so long to swap out the Dewgong, so we can get off a free Sky Attack right there and look to farm down. Now this is likely going to be an Ice Beam. They wouldn't send a Play Rough, and this was a bit early, but we go ahead and shield it. It was an Ice Beam. We're going to look to farm down because I want to have enough energy for that Dewgong that comes back in, and we're going to go straight for Brave Bird right here. Now with 2 shields, my opponent is likely going to be shielding right here, but I just wanted to catch him off guard in case they decided not to. They did shield, which is fine, but now they're going to commit to the farm down, which is very smart on them. So slight mistake right there. I could have gotten off 2 Sky Attacks, gotten a shield and more health. So now we need to come into the Azumarill. We can't bring Machamp in, so we're going to come in with Azumarill right here and force him to throw the energy, and we're going to look to get off a Play Rough. This is why Play Rough is so clutch. So an Icy Wind will come through. We're going to go for the Play Rough right here. It's not going to KO, but it's going to do a lot of damage. What I'm hoping to do is a fast swap into fast moves. So we're going to go straight into the Machamp and look to counter down before they can switch out or do any damage, but he actually swapped out. I thought Dewgong went down, but he swapped out. Sableye is now going to be coming in, so this is a pretty good matchup, and I'm noticing that it's a purified Sableye as well, which means they're running Foul Play Return, which is fantastic because Shadow Sneak is what we really got to look out for. But at this point, we got to just shield, and we got to be prepared for the swap. So we may see a swap back in into Dewgong. So we're going to try to go for the Rock Slide. They swap back in, but I'm not sure how. Oh, that was a Azumarill. Okay, yeah, that was Azumarill. So Dewgong did go down. We countered it down, then we go for the Rock Slide right here. And then that takes out the Sableye, and that is going to be a good battle right there. Alright, moving into the next battle here. We have a Skarmory on the lead versus Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk. This is a hard lead loss, but manageable endgame with Skarmory versus Stunfisk. So we got to come in with the Azumarill. They swap out into Tropius, which is great. And this is why I said it doesn't matter if you have Ice Beam or not, you're going to be able to get to that charge move, and this is actually ideal because we got a shield from the Tropius, and they're not going to be able to fast move us down before we can get to another Play Rough. Same with Ice Beam, right? So we're going to be able to get to another Play Rough in time, and this is actually beautiful because what it does is it doesn't one-shot Tropius. It leaves Tropius in a perfect place for us to be able to farm down, which is why I said I found great success with running Play Rough on the safe swap. So now we got to bring back in that Skarmory and load up all the energy. We are going to have our Skarmory matched up against Galarian Stunfisk end game. That's just how it's going to be because we lost switch advantage. But if we have lots of energy, we can actually take out the Galarian Stunfisk, and I'll show you guys how. So we're going to farm down. We're going to commit to the farm down. Don't throw any energy right here. Another Leaf Blade or Aerial Ace will be coming through right here, either which I'm okay with. It's just an Aerial Ace, that's fine. We're going to commit to the farm down, and what we got to do is you got to be landing Brave Birds on Galarian Stunfisk. It does a lot of damage, even though it's resisted. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird right here. Make sure you hit that excellent, and then we're going to swap out a Machamp. As you guys can see, that did quite a bit of damage. We swap out, and we chunk the health, and we are going to see a Skarmory come in, which is fantastic because Machamp can handle this matchup. We go for the Cross Chop for the shield bait, hoping we get a shield right here. It's a lower energy. We do get the shield, which is fantastic, and now we're going to go for the Rock Slide right here. Rock Slide's going to be doing some nice neutral damage, and we are going to have to shield. We do have 2 shields left, but as long as we can get this Skarmory either extremely low or flip it, and I'm hoping we can flip it right here, we're looking pretty strong to win endgame with Skarmory versus Galarian Stunfisk. So we're going to go ahead and get off the Rock Slide, and then we're going to look to counter down, and we do, which is fantastic. Now the Galarian Stunfisk is going to come back in, and we're able to get off 2 counters right there, which is huge. We're not going to shield right here. We're going to go ahead and let the Machamp go down. And we're going to go into Skarmory with a shield advantage and energy versus this Galarian Stunfisk. And what I want you guys to notice is I'm holding off using Brave Bird. You have to get this Galarian Stunfisk into the red in order to finish it off. So the second I see red, we're going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird. So I see red right there. We go for Brave Bird. This now one-shots right here, which is going to be fantastic. So we lost lead, lost switch advantage, but because we maintained shield advantage, we're able to win that matchup against Galarian Stunfisk. All right, moving into the next battle here. We are going to see, and actually that battle was my first battle this morning in my final set. So we have Skarmy versus Reggie Steele. This was my second battle this morning. So we have Skarmy versus Reggie Steele, bad matchup, got to go right away. And we got to go into the Azumarill right here. They loaded up on a bit of energy, and they bring in their own Azumarill. This is why we have Play Rough, everyone. I'm going to be preaching this because it works so well for me, because everyone just assumes that Safe Switch Azumarill is going to have Ice Beam, Hydro Pump. And if they have the same moveset, then we win this switch advantage extremely hard. We're not going to shield, and it's a Hydro Pump. We can take this game right now. This is like the win condition, is winning this matchup right here. So we're going to overload still. We're going to be going for Play Roughs. I want to have residual energy when I come out on the back end here, because I know I'm going to win this matchup. So that I can hit a Hydro Pump versus the Reggie Steele. That's going to be very, very important. We're not going to shield right here. We're going to go ahead and let the Hydro Pump come through. I can't give up shields. I need to maintain switch and shield advantage right now. So we're going to go ahead and overload. They decide to swap out into Drifblim, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Play Rough right here. It's going to do quite a bit of damage, and we're definitely going to be getting a shield. And because they switch lock their Drifblim in, we're bringing our Skarmory into this to keep it away from Reggie Steele. This is definitely going to be solid. Now, could be Icy Wind, likely going to be a Shadow Ball, and it is going to be a Shadow Ball, so well played right there to my opponent for landing that. But we're going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack right here. We want to chip as much damage as we can, and we got to sweep endgame here with the Machamp. Like I said at the beginning, if we get 2 shield advantage, like right here, we gotta trust in Machamp, and knowing that Drifblim is locked in and they'll likely be going for an Icy Wind, we just gotta let this Skarmory go down. Now we're not gonna be able to get to another Sky Attack in time, sadly, but Machamp can take this right here, and we can clear our debuff of Icy Wind by switching out into Azumarill. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Machamp right here. I know an Icy Wind is going to be landing, so we're going to go ahead and shield. And Rock Slide will still do enough damage to KO this Drifblim because of that flying typing. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Rock Slide right here. This is going to be taking out Drifblim, and now we're going to be able to successfully swap out our Machamp and clear our debuff and look to sweep endgame against the Reggie Steele and save that shield. So we are going to see Azumarill now come back in. I'm worried that they have an Ice Beam, so we're going to load up on energy and then swap out into Azumarill, and they swap out into the Reggie Steele in time, which is why I have that extra energy, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get off the Hydro Pump. This is why those extra bubbles against the Azumarill matchup paid off endgame, is because I had enough time to get to a Hydro Pump. Now they're going to look to try to commit to the farm down, but they can't. They're going to go ahead and throw their energy, which is a great capitalizing opportunity for me right here, because now I don't have to worry about the Flash Cannon. I can just go ahead and go straight for Cross Chop and know that Azumarill likely has Ice Beam, and I can just counter down here with the Machamp by keeping a shield right there. So that is going to be a good battle. So another hard lead loss, and we're able to flip it right there. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle. All right. So we did get some lead wins as well. Skarmory will get some lead wins, which is fantastic, but we have a Skarmory versus Skarmory mirror match right here. What's important in this matchup is to not be the first to throw Brave Bird, and if you are the first to throw Brave Bird, you got to bail out. So we're just going to load up to 2 Sky Attacks, 10 Air Slashes right here. And then the charge move now is going to be coming through. It's just going to be a Sky Attack, no one Brave Birds right here. So you don't need to shield, and honestly you don't need to shield in this matchup. They go for back-to-back, which I know is going to be another Sky Attack right here, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and do one more Fast Attack and then go for our own Sky Attack right here, and we're going to go back-to-back. So you want to be sure that you can try to get excellent on these. It's very important in this matchup of Skarmory versus Skarmory. And we go ahead and get off another Sky Attack right here. And this is going to be getting them low. So now you got to anticipate them potentially swapping as well. You got to be ready for that. A lot of people will try to fast swap and get into hard fast move damage, which they do. They go straight into a Alolan Marowak. So we bail right away into the Azumarill right here. Now I'm counting the fast moves, and this is definitely going to be a Shadow Ball, but we're not going to give up shields right away. We're still in a positive matchup, and it is a Shadow Ball, and what I want to do is get shield advantage right here. So we're just going to go straight Hydro Pump. We're going to punish them if they think it's an Ice Beam, and just get a shield from them. That's the goal right here, and we land it, which is fantastic. That basically seals the fate on this game. Sableye now comes in, and this is a very, very strong team. But we're going to be able to take this one. This is going to be a Shadow Sneak. We can survive. No need to shield. We just got to get to that play rough to get shield advantage right here. And then bring in our Machamp to sweep endgame. So we're going to go ahead and go for the play rough right here. Going to be doing super effective damage because of that dark typing. We get a shield. Fantastic. And then we're going to go down. Now, we need to bring in our Machamp right here. Skarmory's a bit low, and I don't want to get Shadow Claw down. So we're just going to go ahead and start getting ahead on damage. And we got to be prepared for them to swap, but I also need to be prepared to throw the charge move against that Skarmory to really pressure it down. A Shadow Sneak does come through. We're going to go ahead and shield that. Here comes a swap. We're going to go straight for Cross Chop right here. I don't want them getting off a few fast moves, which is absolutely going to be chunking me because of super effective damage, which we're able to take out the Skarmory. And we do see a Sableye come back in, and this is pretty much a good game. We're going to go ahead and shield right here and then look to counter down. I believe I still throw the Cross Chop just in case it comes down to the wire of my own Skarmory versus the Sableye, so I can have energy advantage, or basically take out their final shield. So we do get the shield, but we're going to be able to counter down before they can get to another charge move, and that is going to be a good game. All right, moving into the next battle here. We're up against Splatoon Noob, so shout out to him. But yeah, we're going to have a positive lead right here. We have Skarmy versus Tropius. This is fantastic. This is where I'm saying you guys got to maintain switch advantage, and we see a Munchlax now come in, which is where Shadow Machamp can come in and absolutely destroy. We're going to overload on energy, and we're going to go ahead and shield, right? Body Slam won't KO us, but we want to maintain health because we can still hit a Rock Slide against the Tropius coming back in. So we're going to overload a bit on energy and then go ahead and throw the Cross Chop. If they decide to shield, great. If they don't, we have extra residual energy for that Tropius. It's very important. They decided to shield, which is fine. We're going to be able to get to another Cross Chop in time, and this is going to be punishing them. We got a free shield from them, and then we're going to be able to get off the Cross Chop right here to take out the Munchlax. They decide to shield again, and I'm going to go ahead and shield again myself. Like I said, maintain switch advantage when you win that lead with the Skarmy right here. It's very, very important. So we have Machamp now, a little extra energy, and Tropius is likely going to be coming back in. So we'll hopefully be able to land a Rock Slide before we go down to fast moves. But we do get the Rock Slide just in time, so fantastic. This is going to be doing a lot of damage because of that flying typing on the Tropius. Don't switch out. Just go ahead and let the Machamp come down. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Skarmory right here, and they're going to swap out right away into Galarian Stunfisk, and now we have a Azumarill with that Hydro Pump. So beautiful right here. Good game to my opponent, but we had great counters to his whole team, so there's really not a lot he could do. But that Munchlax mid-game is definitely very, very important. Earthquake is going to land, but we're just going to go ahead and go straight for the Hydro Pump, and that's going to seal the fate right here for Splatoon Noob. So really not a lot he could do, but that's why this team is so punishing. If you lose lead, you have chances to come back. If you win lead, you got to really keep on top of it because you're going to have a lot of great counters to their team in the back. All right, moving into the next battle here. Oh, all right. Let's see how this one goes. So we have, what was this battle? We have Skarmory on the lead versus Pelipper. Really interesting matchup right here. What I'm looking to do is definitely try to land a Sky Attack or Brave Bird if we can, but we're going to go ahead and overload on energy, and they're going to be coming out with a lot of Weather Balls right here. Weather Ball is going to be doing neutral damage. If I'm being honest, I'm somewhat unfamiliar with this matchup, but just looking at how much damage I'm doing, I'm gauging that a Sky Attack, as long as I get up to Brave Bird, we can probably get a shield from him because Brave Bird would likely KO. They're going to go ahead and get off another Weather Ball right here, and then we're going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. I'm guessing this is going to be getting a shield because Brave Bird would probably KO, but they don't shield, which is fine. We're going to commit to the farm down right here, and we're actually able to, we're going to go ahead and shield right here, I believe. Do I shield? No. No, we're going to let it go. We're going to let it go. We need shields for our Machamp. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in a Azumarill and get a bubble ahead right here. So we'll have to see what they have in the back. They had a Flyer, and they're going to have a Wigglytuff. Thank goodness right here, everyone. Thank the Lord Almighty, because we kept our Machamp away from this Wigglytuff. So we're going to stay in this matchup. This is where Play Rough really helps out. It does great neutral damage at chunking a Wigglytuff. And we're going to give up a shield if we have to in order to maintain this. We're going to be able to get off another Play Rough, but they are getting off a charge move right here. So I'm going to go ahead and shield. Now I wish I didn't hit the Play Rough right there because I could have potentially farmed down. So we lost the CMP tie, but that's okay. We're going to have to go with it. And I'm going to look to undercharge to see if I can get a bubble off, but no, we can't, and it's going to be an Obstagoon in the back, so here comes the Shadow Machamp, going to absolutely destroy. So well played to my opponent. Very unique team right there, but there's not a lot they can do by us lining up a great counter right there. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle. These were a lot of sweaty battles, everyone. Getting up to rank 10. So I just want to say good games to all my opponents who faced me over the weekend. But we have Skarmy versus Azumarill. So this is a pretty interesting matchup. The key to this is not hit the Brave Bird first before Azumarill throws its energy, because your defenses are drastically lowered. So you just got to keep loading up on energy, and we're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack right here. Again, doing some great damage, neutral damage to the Azumarill. They don't shield, which is fine, and then they're going to probably be getting off a Hydro Pump here. But I don't believe I shield. I don't think I shielded a single Hydro Pump over the weekend. But it's just going to be an Ice Beam, which tells me it's Ice Beam Play Rough, and they swap out in Galarian Stunfisk. Beautiful. Here comes Shadow Machamp. You guys want to maintain this matchup. We go for Cross Chop right away. This was a bit quick, so I'm guessing this is going to be Rock Slide, so I'm not going to shield. Actually, I do decide to shield. I faced the same situation in another battle, and I decided not to shield right there. But we're just going to go ahead and go for the Cross Chop right here. This does get the shield from them, which tells me their backline is weak to my Machamp. So I don't believe I shield this one. Come on, ZyoniK, don't shield this one. Okay, yeah, I don't shield this one. It's just a Rock Slide. That's fine. As you guys can see, it's resisted. And we're going to commit to the farm down. This is fantastic. They only have one shield left, and we can hit very hard against whatever is going to be coming in. Because their backline might be weak, and it's going to be the Azumarill, so Rock Slide does a lot of neutral damage. This likely will be getting the shield from my opponent, which it does, and then we're going to try to get to another Rock Slide in time. But they do get off the charge move, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and let this go because we still have Azumarill with a shield, and it can handle a lot, and we still have Skarmory as well. So I believe I bring in the Azumarill. No, I bring in the Skarmory. They swap out into Reggie Steele, so we go ahead and bring in our Azumarill right here, and that's going to be a good game to my opponent. We have a shield. We have a Brave Bird on our Reggie Steele, or on our Skarmory. Sorry. And so we can take out that Azumarill in the back. But we have the Hydro Pump here, and this is why I had Hydro Pump as well. In case Machamp goes down early, I have something to hit those tanks if someone runs double tank. This literally paid off for me so well, and that is going to be a good game to my opponent. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle here. Alright, so we have, I believe this one was from this morning as well. I believe this is Ferrothorn. So we have Skarmory on the lead versus Ferrothorn. Yeah, so interesting matchup. Ferrothorn does really well against both Skarmory and Azumarill on my team. But what I need to do is not give up shields here and look to get health and shields from my Ferrothorn. If I can come out of here 2 shield advantage and a low Ferrothorn, we're looking good. We're not going to shield. It's just going to be a Thunder. We build up to Brave Bird. That's very important. And then we're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack right here. It's going to be doing neutral because of that Grass Steel typing. And it's very, very important that they feel the fear of Brave Bird. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Sky Attack right here. And we do get some lag, and I'm like, come on, please. Okay, we're able to get the Sky Attack, which is fine. This is going to be doing neutral damage and likely not get the second shield from them, but this is perfect. I'm okay with letting Skarmory go down because Machamp can come in and farm all of that extra energy, and we still have Azumarill that we can keep away from the Ferrothorn. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Machamp. They swap out into a Sableye, which is beautiful, or return Sableye as well. So we're going to go ahead and go for Rock Slide right here. Really punish them if they decide not to shield because it's going to be doing massive neutral damage. They don't shield. We swap into Azumarill and just bubble down right here, and then they are going to be getting off a charge move. It's likely going to be returned, so we're going to go ahead and shield right here. And then it is returned, which is great. It does a lot of damage in this matchup. We're going to be able to farm down, and then they're going to be bringing back in the Ferrothorn, which tells me whatever's in the back is going to be weak to Azumarill or Machamp potentially. So they bring back in the Ferrothorn, and we're going to be able to bubble down before they get to the Power Whip, which is going to be great, and that is going to be a good game because I believe they do surrender. So good game to my opponent right there. And let's go ahead and move into the next battle. I think there's a couple more battles here. I think this was my final one. Actually, I believe this is the final one. So we have Skarmy on the lead versus Charm. Yes, this is my final battle right here. So positive lead. I won lead. This morning I lost lead 3 times. We had Reggie Steele, Ferrothorn, and Galarian Stunfisk, but I was actually able to land a Charm on game 5. So this is going to be Weather Ball. It does a lot of damage, but we're not going to give up shields in this situation. Like I said, shield advantage with Machamp endgame is drastically better than winning this lead. So as long as we can get shields, it's going to be fine. So they are going to be getting off another Weather Ball. We're not going to shield right here. If I can probably get to another Sky Attack in time. So we are going to be able to get off the Weather Ball, or they're going to get off the Weather Ball. They bring in Defense Form Deoxys, and we have shield advantage, so we're going to come in with a Azumarill right here. I'm going to be going straight for the Hydro Pump. It's going to do a lot of damage, and it doesn't mean that we have to win this matchup. Thunderbolt is going to be coming through. What's important is to get as much health away as possible, and I don't think I can get to 2 Play Roughs in time, so we're going to go straight for Hydro Pump to get as much damage off and keep our shields for the Machamp for endgame. Knowing that they led with a Charm and their Defense Form Deoxys was a safe swap, I am anticipating something that's an anti-flyer in the back, whether that's Azumarill, Galarian Stunfisk, Reggie Steele, Bastiodon. It's going to be something that's an anti-flyer, anti-fire. I'm just banking on it. So we're going to bring in the Shadow Machamp and farm down. We are going to have to shield right here. Could be a Psycho Boost, could be a Rock Slide. Don't care, we're shielding. It is going to be a Psycho Boost, and Shadow Machamp is going to be able to take it here. We're going to see the Charm now come back in. We're going to be able to counter down, and their final Pokemon definitely means it's going to be an anti-flyer, and it's going to be a Galarian Stunfisk. Yeah, it's going to be a Galarian Stunfisk, so a hard read right there, which is why I didn't shield on the Azumarill, just based on their team formation. We're going to go ahead and go for Cross Chops right here, and this is good game. I'm literally cheering out loud because this was my 5-0 sweep for this morning, and I needed a 5-0 to hit rank 10. So I'm literally like dancing around the living room right now because I called it with a Charm lead, a Defense Form Deoxys safe switch. They had to have Reggie Steele, Azumarill, or Galarian Stunfisk in the back, and with shield advantage Machamp, we can take that, and that is going to be a good game. And we're able to take it there. 5-0 sweep on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. or 7:54 a.m. We did a 5-0 sweep. We were at 29.41, and we were able to hit it. 5-0 sweep in the morning, which was fantastic. We're going to go ahead and Golden Raz this silly Mudkip. I don't care about it. Ultra Golden Raz. Get out of here. I didn't do the quick catch, though. I should have done the quick catch, but that's okay. I'm literally so excited right now. Full of adrenaline. And we're just going to go ahead. Yep, cool, thanks, check. All right, and then we got the 5-0 sweep. We're going to go ahead and hit it, and boom, we hit rank 10. So there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this team helps you guys. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are doing in GO Battle League, how you guys are doing this season. And just know, guys, if you don't hit your goals this season, you can do it in another season. There's always a second chance here because I didn't hit rank 10 in Season 1. I didn't hit rank 10 in Season 2, but I hit it in Season 3. So don't give up on whatever you guys have, whatever you guys want to beat. Like, if you want to get rank 8, if you want to get rank 9, get rank 10, whatever it is, just continue to look to improve and get better and stay confident in what you guys are doing because you can do it. I was able to do it, and like I said, I wasn't hitting rank 10 in previous seasons. This is the first time I was actually able to do it, and I had a firm belief that I could do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.